As you all seen already, I was not on top of her and she was not asleep. So what really can people believe now from you? You lied about so much and you left out so much. You just knew it would be easy to say I did something to you because you are a female and I'm a male. People always empathize with the female over the male any day in any situation like this. And another thing, how are you so traumatized but posing in the hospital bed like this? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why did you leave the house so calmly and get into your Uber? The party was already finished, there was no music being played, and there was like 20 people on the main floor. Why didn't you inform any of them? Why weren't the police contacted instantly? I didn't run. I didn't leave. I stayed. Multiple witnesses can tell you I left the house around 5 p.m. the next day. So can the security cameras. I know someone clearly told you to go after Kai's money. And what's the best way to do it if you can't get him? You get someone close to him.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video. We got Kai Cenat and we have his homeboy and the lady who swore up and down this man did something to her. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So yesterday, man, I was going back and forth with somebody on Instagram, on the Instagram post, right? And like I said, I love conversations, man. And, you know, I like when people say certain things that we all know it's not true, right? So we have a whole video of a man with his wife at a house in their household, and she gets upset with him and claims that he's an alcoholic and that he's just been all over the place, this, that, and the third. As a matter of fact, here, I'm gonna show y'all the video.
You're pouring out my kids' drinks?
Didn't you pour out something alcohol?
I did. I poured out your vodka.
But you didn't.
Because you're drunk as a skunk.
Am I really?
Yes, you are.
Am I drunk?
Yes.
All right, so talk to me. Ask me a question. What do you want to ask me?
You're drunk. I just made a video of how much you drank. You're drunk.
Yeah, what? Ask me a question.
You're drunk.
Yeah, you're scared to ask me a question because you know that I won't not answer the question correctly. All this foolishness, I've seen it for years. I have seen it for years. Nobody gets by with it, but you're trying to. You think that you're the only person that's ever tried to, hey, let me create a cause of divorce after I file. Do you really think that? Like, you think you're that smart? Like, this judge is going to be so dumb that he's going to let you, like, oh, let me create, because...
So a guy in the comments said, so she's been married before and got remarried again? Sounds like she's the problem. So I went ahead and posted, in America, women are never the problem, only men. And like I said, man, there are so many times where you may ask a woman, why have you been divorced 4 or 5 times? Why can't you keep a man? It's always, for a lot of women, it's always, well, they can't handle me. Well, you know, the reason I got divorced so many damn times is because the man did this, the man was this, the man was that, the man was controlling, the man was insecure. It's always the man. So we have Big Head over here who commented and said that that's not true. That men and women don't hold each other accountable. Always try to shift blame. And that's like, it's like, so you're that type of person, right? You're that type of person. You're the type of person who sits here who doesn't agree with a fact. So we're gonna then try to sit over here and say, well, you know what, it's equal on both sides, right? This is a cop-out that a lot of people do. Easy cop-out, right? So prime example with this one. We're sitting over here simply saying that a lot of times, majority of the times, damn near all of the times, your women are going to shift blame onto men. You ask a woman, why did you cheat on a man? Well, my man ain't sexual in the bed, or he doesn't, you know, he's always at work, or he doesn't give me enough time, or You know, he's too clingy. He's always around me, or I need some space because he's this, right? It's always a man's fault. When you look at look at America today. We're literally sitting here saying that, hey, a man can sit up here and get drunk as all get out and have sex with a woman. Nobody thinks nothing of it. Nobody cares for it. Nobody, it's whatever, right? Because he's the one who thought of the idea to drink. He's the one who bought the damn alcohol, and he was the one who drank the alcohol, right? And then had sex with a woman. But nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody cares for it, right? As they should. Nobody cares because he's a consenting male. He decided to drink as much as he wanted to, and he did what he wanted to do. And he had sex with a woman who was consenting, right? With a woman who was consenting. But if we allow a woman to go to a club and let her drink as much as she wants, she thought of the idea to go to the club and drink. She thought of the idea to sit over here and purchase the drink. And she thought of the idea to get drunk. But then when we sit up here and the man sits up here and has sex with this girl, he is then demonized, right? This girl has all the power in the world to ruin this man's career or ruin whatever he got going on. Well, KB, what do you mean by that? How many times do we hear women who drank a whole lot have sex with men and feel some type of way the following morning and then say, well, this man raped me?
Stand out, accused of rape.
Sean Oakman, accused of sexual assault.
Accused of raping a woman nearly 3 years ago, has been found not guilty.
Not guilty verdict.
Not guilty.
Come on. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
They slander my name. They fire my coach. I was a leader a baller of Waco. They took us down from the top. They took the best player off the field. They took the best coach out of the Big 12.
You're 26 years old.
Yes, sir.
You got a long life ahead of yourself. What do you think your plans are?
I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna play football.
When you found out that something was said, the accusation happened, where were you when that happened?
I was in bed. Roommate was calling me. Stayed at a friend house. Roommate was calling me. The funniest thing, like, I'm so on cloud 9 at this time of my life. It's like I had no clue what's going on. So he calls me. He says,
2 weeks before the draft.
2 weeks before the draft. Called me like 7, 8 a.m. Hey, bro. The cops at the house. I'm like, bro, what you do?
Yeah.
He said, they're not here for me. They here for you. I said, okay, bet, I'm on my way. I'm still not thinking. Still have no clue what's going on. Get to the house, they say, you know such and such? Yes, I do. Were you with such and such last night? Yes, I was. Did y'all have sex? Yes, we did. Well, she accused you of sexual assault. Really? I don't believe it. Immediately called her twice. No answer. Called my agent next. This girl accused me of sexual assault. What should I do? Give me a lawyer number. Call a lawyer. Don't say nothing to the police. Let them do their investigation, and that's that. Me being so naive, me thinking I'm bigger than what I am. Okay, I'm gonna let them do an investigation. I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah.
It took 3 years. It took 3 years to figure out nothing. There was nobody I could reach out to say, how I'm supposed to do this, how I'm supposed to do that. Because nobody I know ever been there. But ever even been to college.
Anybody could be accused of anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But never walk through what you're going through.
Or have a name. Or have to walk around with your face on TVs and posters and things of that nature. It becomes a whole different level when they give you a name, they give you a picture. And so it's just what they portray you as.
You have faced dark days. What were those days like leading up?
You knew
Yeah.
that you didn't do it.
And they wanted you to take a plea deal, right?
They wanted me to take it. They offered me probation, like 3-year probation.
And you refused, why?
You gonna offer me probation? And on the other hand, you offer me 20 years. Something wrong with that picture. You don't give somebody 20 years and then offer them probation. It just doesn't equate. And also I knew if I took a plea, my dream of playing football would never have happened. We wouldn't be sitting here today if I took a plea.
How many times have we seen men go to jail or be accused of rape because he had sex with a woman who drank some alcohol? And then we're gonna sit up here and say, well, nah, she was non-consenting. We can't sit up here and have sex with a girl who's non-consenting. But she sat here, she drank, we were both drinking. She asked me to buy her a drink. I bought her a drink. We've already established this was what's gonna happen. We already can feel the vibes. We already know what time it is. We already know if she's saying, we already know if I'm asking you, hey, you want to go back to my room? And she's saying yes, you already know what's going down. We're both inebriated. We're both fucked up. And we're going back to my house. But all of a sudden, now because we went to my house, because she drank some alcohol, now all of a sudden when something happens, when she feels like, oh, well, you know, I didn't like what I did last night. What I did, I'm going to shift blame onto this man. You have a lot of men careers being destroyed because of what a woman said. Now, it's so funny because the men lose out on their career and their job. They're kicked out of whatever that they are a part of before they're even proven guilty. Before they're even proven guilty, they have already lost their job, been kicked out of school. I'm giving y'all life examples, right? And they haven't even been convicted of anything yet. They're kicked out of school. They're kicked out of their workplace just off the strength of what a woman said. No proof, no evidence, no nothing. So you have this brother right here who's Kai Centant, whatever freaking name is. You have his friend who is being accused of rape, right? He's being accused of rape. And the girl was out here saying all types of ish about this brother. Oh, well, he did this to me. He was doing that, all this and that, making other men feel like, damn, man, you know, I really feel bad for this girl. Come to find out, he didn't even do it, right? Supposedly he didn't do it, right? And he has proof to back it up. Now, part of his proof is a video of him wearing them cheeks out, right? Part of that is a proof of him wearing them cheeks out, right? Because she's saying that he was holding her arms down, that she was unaware, that she was this, that she was that. But when you look at the video, she had her arms out straight. And then think about it: if you're arching your back, they were doggy style. They were in a position where she had her butt up in the air on the bed, right? If I'm unaware, if I'm so unaware, generally if I'm that unaware, I'm not able to move on my own like I really want to, right? She looks very aware. But it's just funny because we see this every single day, but we have people who are so disingenuous, like that woman I was just talking about on the Instagram post. Men don't shift blame on women. Men don't have that luxury to do that. Right? And just like this situation right here, this is a prime example of how women have it easier in America. They have it far too easy. You can falsely accuse a man of something and nothing happens to you. Right? And we're about to look at some of these videos, man, of him actually talking about it, right? Because it's sad, because once again, we constantly see this. We have this girl, Amber Heard. We all heard about Amber Heard, how she sat up here and lied on Johnny Depp, made him lose so many deals, right? Fast forward, come to find out, she lied on the brother. They were able to find proof that she lied on him. Nothing happens. She gets to walk away scot-free. And guess what? They're putting her back in Aquaman. I think it's Aquaman 2. But women swear up and down that men have it easier in the world. Men have it easier in America. Let's look at these videos, man. Let's look at how easy women have it in America.
No, he believes me. That's why he got an attorney.
You're lying.
He believes me. I know he does. He's just not gonna snitch on his friend.
No, I'm folding on him, bro. I'm folding on him, bro. Because he hurting the brand. All it takes...
I don't care about his stupid ass brand. I don't even watch this shit. I don't know nothing about him.
But I'm saying for him, it's like if this man is hurting, like he's basically hurting Kai by even being associated with Kai and doing some shit like that. So if I'm Kai, I'm denouncing this nigga because obviously I'm not. I didn't try to get you. Like I didn't try this. I didn't try for this to happen. So I'm denouncing. Be my friend for like 8 years. You don't do. If you was my homie, you know you're not shit like that. You gonna hurt me. It's just the fact that you was out there doing all this research yourself when he could have probably helped you instantly.
Yeah.
And if he was out here to denounce it, I bet he'd be like it'll be a big story. So I bet he would be arrested.
Traveled with this boy before he made his account private. I stalked him, and they've been to Puerto Rico together. They've been in California together. They've both been in each other's birthday trips. So I'm not hearing that they're not friends. And I'm not.
I didn't know that.
I'm not even like upset that they're friends. Sometimes you don't know that your friends are shitty people, but once you do, like I just don't understand. Like,
wow. And I've seen the text. He's like, "That's not my friend." So you know who this is. I don't know. It's just suspicious. And then like when it's somebody like Kai, how his fanboys are. No disrespect, because it's like I understand you don't know Kai. Like I watch Kai, so I'm looking at this chat and I'm like, bro, Kai was. I'm just like Kai.
And I didn't mean to put his name. I didn't even say his name in the first. I didn't even say his name in the first thing. The thing is, he did tell me to go upstairs. Like I'm not going to lie.
How he get in that room though? How would his friend get it? How would if nobody else?
And there was security on the steps. There was security. He told me that nobody could go upstairs unless they had clearance, and I believed him.
That was his room for sure. Because the security probably knew that was his room. He was like, all right, I'm gonna let you up there.
And I'm not one to ever say something like this. I've been around a lot of people, like I said.
Like yeah, I can. Like I know you're not capping. I know you're not capping.
I don't. It's not like I just want to blame Kai. I wish me and him could have a good friendship. That would be way more beneficial than this right here. This is doing nothing for me but embarrassing me. I'm embarrassed. Like I'm so dirty. Like you don't understand.
Oh, I feel so sorry. I'm sorry that you gotta. You had to go through that. You're still going through.
And I had to talk about it today because I'm crying every single day. Like I barely sleep, and when I do, I wake up crying. So it's just like I just can't. Like this boy is probably not even thinking about it. He's probably just waking up and going on with his day, and I haven't been doing nothing for the whole week. And this was supposed to be a whole new year. Like this is not fair. This just isn't fair to me. Like. And I'm not even like reading comments or anything. And I know my friends are very supportive, but I can't even read comments because as soon as I open like anything, people are just hating on me, saying that I'm trying to get famous. I don't need Kai to get famous. I don't even want to be famous. Like
anally assaulted her, which is completely false. Because I want to know, when did I have time to do all of that? If you claim you got me off your body as soon as you woke up, her hands are straight forward. She's like in a diving position. You mean to tell me even after 8 hours, you were still bleeding and didn't decide to go to the hospital all the way until the nighttime? Please make that make sense to me. Why did you take nearly 24 hours to go get a rape kit? You could have did anything to yourself at that point. You could have harmed yourself even more. You could have drank some more alcohol just so I could look like the bad guy even more. I know you clearly regret agreeing sleeping with me, which is completely understandable. We all have regrets in life, but I don't appreciate you lying on my name and making up a story about me. I would have respected you way more if you would have said the actual story and not something you just made up. What can you possibly say? Why didn't you tell him that you were kissing on my neck? Why didn't you tell him we had sex more than once that night? Why didn't you tell him we had sex for about 25 to 30 minutes? Why didn't you tell him the light stayed on the entire time? Why didn't you tell him that you were sucking on my finger? Why didn't you tell him that you were riding me? There is so much more she left out. I will be making a separate tweet after this, so you guys could all see all the details that she left out. Once again, I did not want to do any of this. You chose the internet first. I was waiting patiently. Everybody knows my name now. But y'all all know how I look already from that photo from 4 years ago, which, you know, out of all the pictures you could have used of me, all the decent photos on my page, you know, she chooses a photo from me from 2019. I don't even have that same hairstyle. I have locks now. No longer have the afro. But she swears it was for awareness. But I find it funny how you say it's for awareness, right? But you could have just used a more recent picture of me with locks so people could really be aware. Like, yo, it's this dude. But you knew what you were doing already. The final position we was in, she was riding me. Her ass is facing me. My hands is behind my head. Like, I'm chilling. She's just riding me. Then she has to use the bathroom. I said, okay, feel me? Like, I'm thinking it's gonna be quick, so I beg her ahead. She goes to the bathroom. Like 5 minutes in, I go check up on her. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you good? Then she was like, yeah, I'll be right out. Then I go back in the room because there's no bathroom inside the room. You got to walk to the bathroom. So I go back inside the room. Then she comes back, like, I don't know, a couple minutes later, saying she doesn't remember nothing. Literally, that's how everything started. She said she don't remember anything. But I'm literally so confused, though, because how we go from vibing, we're literally having sex for like 30 minutes, like different positions. She's looking at me, literally like looking at me, but she says she don't remember any of it. Then we had like a 15 to 20-minute convo. Like, we just literally asking each other questions. Like, nobody's yelling at each other. Nobody's fighting with each other. I didn't hear her not once. She never hit me not once. She could have ran out. The door doesn't even have a lock on it. She could have ran out. Like, we're literally just conversating because I was genuinely worried about her, trying to make sure she was good. But, she's not going to mention that part, though. Like, I even offered her a ride home. I'm helping her get dressed. I even woke with her downstairs. Like, she left a lot of stuff out. And she knows what took place that night, too, but she would never admit it, though. And even when she came back from the bathroom stating that she doesn't remember any of this, or she doesn't remember me, remember even coming up here, stuff like that, I still sat there, comforted her, made sure she was good, because I have sisters at home. I'm going to make sure she's good, but she's left all that out. She wanted to make me look like the bad guy, and I just don't appreciate.
And the sad thing about this is, man, because it was an open case or whatnot, he couldn't even talk about it. A lot of times, like, let's just say if a female sits up here and say I did something to her, I can't defend myself. I can't say anything, right? But she can jump on the internet and say as much shit as she wants. Drag this man, bash him, do whatever she wants to me on the internet. But I can't defend myself, right? And once again, we see this on a daily. We see this on a daily, and it's just sad, bro. It's really just sad because we allow it to happen. We're living in a time where women can just lie on people, and their whole career is destroyed just off of what somebody said, with no validity to it, nothing factual about it. They can just simply say, well, you know what? Hey, he did something to me. Now I don't even, destroy his career, and that's sad, right? And that's sad. We have to go to this extent to be able to continue to put this out there. And like I said, I'm glad this happened, right? I'm glad this happened. I'm not glad that it happened on the brother's end, but I'm glad that it happened because we can see how corrupted this system is. We can freaking see how corrupted a lot of women are in today's society.
As you all seen already, I was not on top of her and she was not asleep. So what really can people believe now from you? You lied about so much and you left out so much. You just knew it would be easy to say I did something to you because you are a female and I'm a male. People always empathize with the female over the male any day in any situation like this. And another thing, how are you so traumatized but posing in a hospital bed like this? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why did you leave the house so calmly and get into your Uber? The party was already finished, there was no music being played, and there was like 20 people on the main floor. Why didn't you inform any of them? Why weren't the police contacted instantly? I didn't run. I didn't leave. I stayed. Multiple witnesses can tell you I left the house around 5 p.m. the next day. So can security cameras. I know someone clearly told you to go after Kai's money. And what's the best way to do it if you can't get him? You get someone close to him. You knew by mentioning him would just make the story spread crazy fast and much bigger. This was definitely a clout move by you. As y'all all see, she had 80K followers before she, made that post about me. I ain't gonna lie, 80K is a lot of followers, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, This is when she was going crazy about posting me. You feel me? Kept tagging me in mad posts, trying to get me to bait in, say something, just so she could like change it up quickly. Now look at her followers now though. Boom. 116,000. That's 36,000 more followers, y'all. And look, she took healing out her bio, put Miami in there. She healed very quickly to me, y'all.
Since 2010s, bro, we've had so many false allegations. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I said, it's just sad. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he has this on his name now, he has this on his name forever now, it's sad. It's sad. And another sad thing about it is he's proven innocent, right? And what's crazy is nobody, there's going to be a lot of people, mainly women. There's going to be a lot of women who are still going to look at Kai Cenat and look at this dude and say, bro, you're a rapist, whatever. I still believe this woman. I still believe her. I mean, this girl can sit over here and like, there's proof that this girl is lying. But like I said, for a lot of women, they're not going to go out their way to go look at that. They're not going to go out their way to go look for that. There's probably going to be a lot of women who do not like Kai Cenat or Cenat or whatever you say, however you say his name. And they're just going to automatically go straight to that. Well, didn't one of your friends rape a girl? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me, like it is hard to win in this world as a man. It really is. It really is. And the system is making it harder because men got to deal with the system, right? Got to deal with the BS that goes on with this system in society. And then we got to deal with the women. We got to deal with women. We got to deal with the piss poor ass women that we have today. I'm big on there's some good women in America, but they ain't enough. They ain't enough. And it's just sad, bro. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. He got to sit up here and fight for his life because of what this chick said. Right? Kai Cenat, she put his name in just off the strength of his name. She threw his name in there because, like this dude said, she knew she was gonna get clout off of that. She knew she was gonna get clout off of that. And this is the time that we're living in today. You have this Instagram model. She's been out here lying, talking about she got pregnant by Little Dirt, saying that she got pregnant by Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? You throwing it all on the internet. And I'm just like, well, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? You had Doodoo Low, who sat up here, man, and was accused of doing something to FTN Bay's kid, right? To her son. Come to find out, she lied about that. He ended up winning. I believe he ended up winning a defamation settlement, but then I believe the judge ended up overturning that. And so now you got this girl going back out here living her life like she. It's sad. Nothing is going to change until the system changes. So I would just say, as a man, right? Because number one, this dude ugly as hell. I mean, that brother is ugly as hell. But that just goes to show that as long as you got clout or you're around somebody who has tons of clout, women are willing to throw it at you all day. See, I don't like to mess with women who's like this chick, right? Who goes out, like you look at her, you can just tell, man, sis, she probably out here thotting it. She's probably out here thotting it heavy. This is why you don't be around a bunch of people. This is why you don't freaking go to clubs, go to parties, because you're bound to run into something like this. And as a man, right? And as a man, take it from me, don't hit every goddamn thing that you see. You don't need to hit every single girl, right? You don't need to hit every single girl. Now I get it. She's bad as I don't know what. But the fact that, if y'all haven't noticed, damn near every chick, man, that's bad as hell, they're sitting over here putting false allegations on people because they are clout chasers. We're living in a time where women love clout. Women love clout. They love attention and they love clout. So they're going to get attention by any means necessary. And if that means throwing you under the bus and whatever happens, that's what she's going to do. It's sad, bro. It's really sad. It's really freaking sad. Because once again, this is what men have to go through every single day. And we're still having to come over here and put on a smile on our faces, and having to deal with certain people, having to deal with a lot of these women. And it's just, like I said, it's just ridiculous. And I'm not sitting over here saying give up on women. Me personally, I wouldn't say give up on women. And like I said, for me, there are good quality women out here. I don't know if it's a lot, but there's some good quality women out here. It's just, you just gotta look for them. But we're living in a but with a lot of men today, and I mean it's always been like this, but for a lot of men today, I think now more than ever, a lot of these men are just so hooked on having sex with as many women as they can. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've never been that type of person. If I'm attracted to you and I find you, and I find you attractive, yeah, I'm probably gonna want to beat down on some cheeks. Probably gonna want to beat down on some cheeks. But I don't look at every single girl that I find attractive and I want to smash every single time. I'm like, nah. Like there's just some women, man, you just look at, hey, she's a pretty beautiful girl, but hey, keep it moving, right? And I'm that type of person. Every beautiful girl that done walk by me, I'm not gonna try to smash, right? But I know a lot of dudes who, man, as long as if she looks cute, they're gonna try it. They're going to try it. And I'm just like, man, hey, do your thing, man. But there's always going to be consequences that come with that. There's always going to be consequences with trying to mess with every single chick that you see that looks good. There's always going to be consequences. And as you can see for this brother right here, there was consequences. His whole name is effed up because of this dirty chick. It's sad, bro. But y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.